Hey everybody, Jim Perry from Backroads Metal Detecting here. It is February 20th and I already have a bad case of spring fever. So I'm back out at a permission that I hit quite a bit last fall because it's mid-40s here in southeast Minnesota. So this property, now obviously all is a farm, but there was a road that came through here kind of about from where my truck is down there up to the north side of these trees. There was a home between these two trees and a working farm here. So decided to take about an hour. Unfortunately, the battery on my coil is about dead, so I'm not sure how much more time I've got. I've got several okay targets here. Either way, it's okay. I'm fine with that. Let me show you what I have found so far. So I drove in kind of the gravel road up to the north here, but that road at one time wasn't there. There was a waterway that I followed on my truck down to just the west side. The road actually came west to east just on the north side of these trees. This was a working farm again. For those of you who are interested, I am running the ORX today by XP in 3 coin fast with 0 changes, running at 14.4 kilohertz. First couple of targets were just on the north side of the property here. I'm actually just northwest as I was walking in. An old square nail came through as an iron target, like in 1, 2, 3. No problem with that. I'm glad to find those. Lets me know I'm in the right area. Then I found another one of these, just barely to the north of where I'm at now. For those who don't know what this is a harmonica reed plate. This would have been the working piece on the inside of a harmonica. The reeds would have gone back and forth through here, and that's what would have made the sound of the harmonica as you pushed air back and forth through it. A little bit of trash out here, and then my next significant target screaming at me just a few inches down, quite a bit of work because of all of the frozen ice coming through here, was a spoon bowl. It really will be impossible to tell exactly how old this is, but from other items that I've found on this property, I do know that it was a working farm in the, I would guess, 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, and then the buildings here were torn down really not very long ago, but it was abandoned long before that. So I'll take this. This might actually clean it up really nice. It's just far too muddy out here for me to do it right now. And I almost set up power to my coil, so it might be completely dead. So I'm going to see if we can get a couple more things before we head out today. Slowly making my way behind the home and toward the windmill that would have sat really about 15 feet maybe or so in front of me. I found a few of these last fall and late fall, hinged to a door to one of the many outbuildings that would have been on this side of the property. So I decided to take my chances with the limited amount of battery life I've got. I know that there's trash up there near their home, so I'm moving my way, kind of venturing farther away from the home than I really ever have. I had a little bit of luck doing that before. Nothing too special, but a tool, a wrench that would have been left here. Very, very cool. That might clean up really, really nicely at home as well. Well, I'm sure you won't be able to hear this, but this is really the first really strong, high tone 93, 94 that has been repeatable in the last hour or so, making my way back and forth across this field. It's a small tone, little. I actually made a slight change to the coin fast program. I bumped it up to 31.3 kilohertz for 2 reasons. One, to try to save a little bit on the battery life. It's still blinking at me. And 2, to see if I'd be able to wiggle out a few smaller items here. Very short beep. Upper 80s to lower 90s. Thought maybe we would dig this one together just because it is the first, what I have considered the most promising signal here. It would be nice if I could pull a coin out of here today. I really thought that I might get lucky and bump into one. It's so, well, there we go. I thought I might bump into one today on the surface. Not a coin, but I can see what it is already. Do not need the pinpointer here even. This is a small buckle. Caught it with a shovel. Brass buckle. This will wipe off. Absolutely perfect. Looks like it recently might have had the pin on it. Let me see. I will turn on the pinpointer just in case that came off. Looks like that's that. I might have actually broke the pin off of it. Let's see here. Or there could be a completely separate target in here. Let me do a little wiping here with my hands and see what we might be able to pull up. Well, I did break the pin off of it, but that's what that other target was. So they are back together now. I'm glad to be able to take that home with me today as well. Again, the ground is still very, very frozen, especially when you get down no more than a half an inch. Can't leave any property like this without digging at least one or two of these. I immediately recognize the flower pattern on it. This is UMC Co., probably a new club, number 16. These shells were made in the late 1800s up till about 1910 or 1911. And another shotgun shell snap. This is the very first one of these that I have ever dug. The AC Co., the Austin Cartridge Company, was on operation from 1895 to 1909. This is a crack shot, 16 gauge. The Austin Cartridge Company was later purchased by the Western Cartridge Company. It's nice to be able to do a little research while out here digging, so the very first of these I've ever found. Very nice. I'll get that cleaned up and added to my collection at home. Always got to keep your eyes open for items out here that are not metal. I have not found any pieces of glass out here. I found a little bit of, like dishware. I'm not sure if this might be, I don't know. I'm really not sure what this is. Might be a candle holder, possibly. We'll see if there's any more sitting right here. At first I was going to say top to a bottle, but I really don't think so with the wider lip here. Could be, but it would be a very narrow bottle at that. So it is time for me to head home. Not a very eventful day. I'm not going to do a wrap up as it's just far too muddy. I will clean up the items and get some photos here at the end, and then I'll need to send those on to the property owner to show him what I found out here today. Thank you to him for allowing me to come out to detect as I wish. You can hear the wind is coming up. Again, it's about 45 degrees out here right now, but there is a major snowstorm approaching southeast Minnesota. Sounds like tomorrow, maybe even into Tuesday and Tuesday night. So, although I'm feeling much better, I would say my spring fever is not completely cured, but it was a nice afternoon to spend a couple of hours out here in the sun walking back and forth. Thank you for joining me again today. Hope to see you again soon.